This is my super rare Kawasaki GPZ750 Turbo. There is also one other very big issue. I don't have the keys. The 1984 Kawasaki GPZ750 Turbo was engineered with cold precision. In the fierce battle for dominance amongst the Japanese Big Four, Kawasaki strapped a turbocharger to the GPZ750, creating the fastest production bike of its day. But its inconsistent power delivery, added weight and high production costs made it difficult to ride and expensive to own. As a result, production lasted just 2 years. The GPZ750 Turbo remains a cult icon, a throwback to an era where motorcycles were wild, experimental and just a little dangerous. Oh yes, this one is a little special. Hi Louis, it's Ryan mate, you alright? Yeah, all good thanks. I've come here to collect the GPZ750 Turbo. I'm always a bit anxious when collecting my next project bike because I know I'm about to take on a new challenge, a big one. You're not going to believe what I can see. This was it, the GPZ750 Turbo, a legend from 1984, far from its glory days. Time hasn't been kind. Faded paint, corroded metal, a turbocharger that's long been silent, but even now I can see its soul. This bike is more than just a project, it's a piece of history waiting to be reborn, and I'm here to bring it back. Oh, it's going to be a big project, this one. So what do you think to it?
Standard bike really, isn't it?
Standard? This is not a standard bike, this is a 750 Turbo, mate. It's got a turbo on it.
I don't know what that means.
Top Gun.
Tom Cruise, eat your heart out. Obviously it's been sat in someone's garage then or outside.
Now, the history of this GPZ Turbo is all a little bit vague. So how did you get that bike?
Well, I deal with quite a lot of traders. Ben at West Midlands Motorcycles in Birmingham told me the story. His grandfather passed away.
Okay.
And he wanted a Series 1 to do the funeral in. We had a Series 1 come in. He said obviously you don't want to buy it because no dealers want to buy anything.
Yeah, fair enough.
So we had to deal with it.
Basically, all we know is that it was inherited as part of an estate. I've got no logbook, there's no service history, and obviously because the keys have been lost too, nobody knows if it even runs. And I'd love to know if it runs. Hi, good afternoon. I've got a Kawasaki GPZ750 Turbo that I've just purchased. However, I don't have any keys.
So you've got no keys at all with it, no?
So I've got no keys, no idea of the history.
If you haven't got any keys, you're going to have to take your ignition barrel off. You're going to have to send it to like a locksmith.
So I was hoping it would just be as simple as calling Kawasaki and then making me a key.
Yes, I'm the key maker.
It's not the case though. It seems like I need to go and find myself a locksmith. To get this ignition barrel out, what I'm going to have to do is remove the tank and the seat. How does that lift? Oh, check it out. First bit of history, we've got an MCN sticker, 1995. Daily safety checks. Tank's not even bolted down. Oh, this is bad. That is the rust. Look at it down there. The ignition is off the bike obviously, which means I can just take it wherever I need it to go and I can send it wherever I need it to go. So, let's get ourselves a key. While we wait for that key to hopefully be created, I'm going to have a look into the history of this bike because I'm curious. I want to know what its past was like. Alright, so registration goes in. Yep, Kawasaki GPZ750, that's correct. Colour black. First MOT due, unknown. What I'm going to now do is have a look on a website that gives you the history of a vehicle. Let's see if this can work its magic. Check now. The license plate number is not recognised. So, I mean, the Gov website does recognise that it's a Kawasaki and it's black and that it's a GPZ 750. Untaxed, tax due the 1st of October 1999. Now that's really interesting because I am sure the tax disc on that bike shows the year 2000. Date of last V5C logbook issued. Now I'm still waiting on mine. 22nd of March 1995. So why is there no details held by the DVLA for an MOT? So I think we're going to have to do some more digging. I'm going to wait for the logbook to come through, and then I'm going to double check on the logbook things like the VIN and engine numbers and all of that tally up with the bike. As I said, I've got no logbook. All I have is a receipt from the dealer when I purchased the bike. Right, guess what I've got? A key. Key, ignition, switch, on and off. And also we've got steering lock. A working steering lock. Look at it. See that? What a result, eh? What a result. Here is hoping. No, it's not going in. Oh dear. What a shame. So it looks like somebody's broken into the fuel tank at some point. We'll have my work cut out trying to remove that rust. Rust aside, I'm a little bit gutted that this fuel cap is broken. These fuel caps are going to be hard to come by. Not your typical GPZ750 fuel cap. Won't be very many of them about. So I'm going to try and save it. Moment of truth. Key in the barrel. It's all plugged in. Can't hear anything happening. Nothing's happening on the dash. Horn. Start. No sign of life. I've gone through all of the fuses and they're perfectly fine. What I have noticed is these are supposed to be joined. There's not an awful lot of wire left. Maybe temporarily just stick one wire into the other and see if we get any life. Ignition. Heard a noise. Heard a click. Oh. Oh yes. Headlight is on. We have some life, baby. Oh, it's looking positive. It's looking real positive. We've got the brake light working as well. And if you haven't noticed this yet, suck, squeeze, bang, blow. Oh. Bit of a funky noise. Probably hasn't turned over for so many years. So that's probably why it doesn't sound very good. I am just tempted to go and get some fresh fuel, feed it to the bike and then see what happens. It might fire up into life, but it's not sounding too promising. I mean, it's turning over. It's obviously been sat for a very long time. So what do you expect, eh? What do we expect? You've been sat for like 24 years, I assume, based off the fact that the tax disc shows the year 2000. However, we still have got no idea as to the history or the life of this particular GPZ. Anyway, I'm going to go get some fuel and we're going to just feed it to the bike and see if it will suck, squeeze, bang and blow. Now, one observation. Look at this fuel filter. That's not looking healthy. Portable fuel tank hooked up to the bike, feeding it direct, injected fuel, straight to the pump, no filters. I'm tempted now to squirt some Easy Start into the air filter. However, I don't know where the air filter is. It's a turbo. But I've looked in the workshop manual for the very first time, and I think it's behind this cover. This is the airbox. And this is a boost pipe that goes into the airbox. There's the inlets. So how does that work then? Oh, there's oil down there. Is that engine oil? That's engine oil. What the hell is going on? This is some crazy design. So looking at that cover, you can see where it's drawing in the air. Pretty unusual, isn't it? This is what I love. You learn so much. Crazy design, crazy engineering. Did you hear that? It sounded like it was going to start. Oh my God! has just occurred to me. The fuel pump. I haven't heard it. It should prime. You know when you turn the ignition on, it should buzz away. I've not heard it whatsoever. As I applied power to it just now, I could hear or feel a sensation. The motor was trying to start. That is what is stuck in the fuel pump. Okay, so this fuel pump is no longer any good. What I've gone and done is purchase myself a Walbro high pressure GSL 393 fuel pump. Brand new fuel pump in place, and I was able to recycle the cable from the old pump. Let's put the ignition switch to on, and let's hear if that fuel pump primes. Check the connections, yeah, positive, negative. That, to me, sounds like a fuel pump is working. Oh, yes! I believe in you, GPZ750 Turbo. Are you going to start for me? Next, I'm going to remove the injectors. We'll get them out on the bench and just double check that they aren't blocked. Deary me, these injectors were a challenge to remove from this bike. Everything is so rotten. Anyway, they're off the bike, 4 of them there, and I suppose what we can do now, well, that one looks pretty bad. What we can do now is clean them up. I'm going to whip these spark plugs out and just double check that they're clean. Also, just to see what the condition they are in. I don't think they're going to be very pretty. Right, we can do a little test on this fuel injector to see if it squirts out any fuel. Okay, so we're going to go for another startup. Are you going to be good? Real good? Have I proven that I'm committed to you? Me and you, we are going to be very special. All you need to do, start. Okay, that's all I'm asking. You start for me and I will make sure I complete you. I will stay with you to the very end. Alright? Let's do it. Let's start this baby up. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. You can do this. Let's go. You have been sat for so many years. Please start for me. Show everybody what you are capable of. Come on, baby. for its life. Kind of idling. Let's try and ride it. I'm going to carry its life support with me.